Hey everybody, welcome back to another midweek episode. Here we are entering into the season of Lent. Today is Ash Wednesday, and we're launching a new series during the season of Lent called Grace Stories. And here's the thing: whenever you put a series together, there's always content that doesn't make the cut. You know, maybe you've had one of those moments in your life where you didn't make the cut, or you didn't make a team that you wanted to make, and it hurts. And sometimes as pastors, as we're preparing content to share with you, like we're studying and we're filtering through a lot, and there's some content that just doesn't make the cut. It's not that it's not good, it just doesn't all fit as we want it to. And so what we want to do throughout the season of Lent is we want to share with you Grace Uncut. We want to share with you some of the content that didn't make it into a sermon that was preached that week. So this Ash Wednesday, I'm preaching on the story of Jonah. And Jonah is the story of God's limitless love for a group of people, the Ninevites, who are downright cruel and wicked and brutal. And yet, God's gracious and compassionate. He's slow to anger, and he's abounding in love toward them. And there's a story that I came across that I think really demonstrates this well. Back on October 2nd, 2006, in Nickel Mines, Pennsylvania, a gunman entered an Amish schoolhouse and held a dozen girls hostage. 5 of them ended up dead, and another 5 critically wounded. And how did that community respond to this gut-wrenching situation? They had every right to retaliate. They had every right to seek vengeance, but instead, they chose, in this grueling, gut-wrenching situation, to offer grace. They showed up at the funeral for the gunman. They actually helped to support his family financially. And the press was like, why are you doing this? And it's because of the grace that they had received from Jesus. And so in 2008, that turned into a book called Amish Grace. And in 2010, it was the basis for a fictionalized version of this story, the movie Amish Grace. And all of this makes me just stop and think about how we treat our enemies, how we treat those who annoy us or antagonize us. So there's a Christian author by the name of Walter Wink. And he said, we have those people in our lives who rub us the wrong way. And we're like, you know what? I would be so much closer to Jesus if you just weren't a part of my life. And then he points out, actually, it's having those people in our lives that pushes us closer to Jesus, that helps us to rely on him more so that we can receive and reciprocate the grace that is in his heart. So Wink then invites you to this spiritual practice, and I would just invite you to do this today too. Think of somebody in your life who you would classify as an enemy, a frenemy, maybe somebody who annoys you, somebody who's toxic to you, maybe somebody who is antagonistic toward you, and you know who I'm talking about, right? So identify that person. And then for 5 minutes, write down everything that they have done that bugs you, that bothers you, that has hurt you. Like, be specific. Some of you are like, yeah, it feels good to be able to just put that out on a piece of paper. And then Wink invites us to go back and look through that list and prayerfully ask ourselves, okay, God, have I ever done the same thing? And it doesn't take long to realize that most of it we're guilty of too. And because of that, we need and we have received God's grace. Not just Amish grace, but amazing grace. Grace for all of us. So that's just a little piece of some of the content that was cut from the message for this week. I hope you'll join us throughout the season of Lent. And join us on Sundays, join us on Wednesdays as we dig into these grace stories, as we look at these grace stories in the Bible, like the story of Jonah. As we look at grace stories throughout history and in our culture, but then also as we look at our own personal lives and we see how each of us has a grace story as well. So thanks for joining me today. I'll see you again next time.